Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is the kind of news that could shake up the NFC North more than we've seen in years. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade that would see the Chicago Bears acquire Antoine Winfield Jr. from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let me tell you, if this deal goes down, it could be a game changer for us, especially on the defensive side of the ball. The Bears are clearly looking to bolster their secondary, a unit that's been solid but needs that extra spark to really contend for a deep playoff run. And Winfield Jr. might just be that missing piece. The Bucs, currently sitting at 4-7 and struggling with their defense, allowing an average of 27. 6 points per game, are in a tough spot. Their defense has been leaking yards and big plays, and with their cap space tight, only about $13 million remaining. They're eyeing ways to free up room, especially with the looming Mayfield deal. Tampa's defense has been leaking points and sacks, allowing roughly 3-1 sacks per game, which is a big concern when you're trying to rebuild or at least stabilize the unit. Their general manager and coaching staff are prioritizing an overhaul of the offensive line and wide receivers, but losing a player like Winfield Jr. in the secondary would be a significant blow. On the other side, the Bears are sitting at an 8-3 record, and their secondary has been a real bright spot this season. But with the recent IR stint of Gordon, who's out for 6 weeks with a shoulder injury, and Jones, who's also down for the season with a leg injury, depth becomes an even more pressing issue. Acquiring Winfield Jr., a safety drafted in 2020 and a proven playmaker, would give the Bears a new dimension in their backfield. This is a player who's not just a solid tackler, though he has over 300 solo tackles in his career and 15 sacks, but also a real ball hawk. His stats speak volumes: 12 interceptions, 8 forced fumbles, and a PFF grade averaging around 88. 5 for his career with a stellar coverage grade of 89. 2. And in 2024 alone, he's been playing at an even higher level, with a PFF score of 89-0, 2 sacks, and 1 interception for 30 yards. What makes Winfield Jr. such a perfect fit for the Bears is his aggressive, instinctive style of play. He's a true wolf hunter, as some analysts describe him, someone who patrols the backfield like a predator, always looking for the next big play to make. His ability to cover tight ends, defend against deep routes, and make game-changing tackles makes him a nightmare for offenses. And that's exactly what Chicago needs to push their defense into elite territory. Think about it, adding Winfield Jr. would not only improve our pass defense, which currently allows around 59% completion against, but it would also boost our turnover differential, which is crucial when trying to take the ball away and turn defense into offense. Now, why would Tampa Bay consider trading him? Well, aside from cap constraints, they're in a bit of a rebuild mode. With Mayfield's deal looming and their focus shifting toward rebuilding their offensive line and wide receiver core, losing a player like Winfield Jr. might be a necessary move to free up cap space and draft picks. Tampa's defense has been allowing more big plays, an increase of about 19% since last year, similar to what we saw with the Saints after losing Lattimore for a stretch, allowing over 140 more yards through the air. They're trying to rebuild the offensive line, which has struggled with sacks, but their secondary remains a point of vulnerability. For the Bears, acquiring Winfield Jr. would be a massive upgrade. It would give us a versatile safety who can play deep and in the box, providing leadership and a steady hand to a secondary that's performed well but needs that extra edge to close out games. With Winfield, we're looking at a secondary that could see an increase in interceptions, projected around 12 up from 10, and a more aggressive coverage scheme, raising our EPA pass by roughly 17%. That could mean fewer points allowed, dropping from about 25 to around 16 points per game, which is a huge difference in today's NFL. Imagine Winfield lining up alongside Johnson, creating a safety tandem that offenses would think twice about attacking deep. His ability to read plays, make quick decisions, and deliver punishing hits would elevate our entire backfield. Plus, his knack for forcing turnovers, with a career differential of +8 in turnovers, could be the spark we need to push us into the postseason and beyond. And if you look at the matchup with other top safeties like Damar Hamlin, Winfield's numbers are comparable, if not better, in tackles per game, coverage snaps, and overall impact. From a strategic perspective, this trade makes a lot of sense. Tampa Bay is likely to be cautious about losing a player who's been a key piece of their defense, especially with their secondary struggling. But with the Bears' cap space tightening and the need to improve quickly, a third-round pick in 2026 could be enough to seal the deal. It's a bold move, sure, but one that could define our season and set us up for a Super Bowl push. And with the odds for the Bears winning the Super Bowl improving, from plus 700 to plus 450, according to recent betting lines, adding a player of Winfield Jr. Caliber could be just the boost we need, especially considering the NFC is wide open this year, with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Cowboys all vying for supremacy. But Chicago has been quietly building a solid team, and this move could be the final piece that pushes us over the top. Looking at the bigger picture, acquiring Winfield Jr. isn't just about improving our defense in the short term. It's about establishing a culture of aggressiveness and high-level playmaking. The Bears want to be a team that strikes fear into offenses, and adding a player like him, who is a true wolf, always hunting, would send a message to the entire league that Chicago is back in the hunt for championships. It's about setting the tone, about building a defense that can control games and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. And let's not forget about the impact on the locker room. A player like Winfield Jr., with his leadership and experience, would be invaluable for our young secondary core. His presence would elevate everyone around him, inspiring plays, demanding accountability, and pushing our defense to perform at an elite level. It's the kind of move that can turn a good team into a great one. And honestly, it might just be what we need to finally get over the hump and bring that Lombardi trophy back to Chicago. In conclusion, this potential trade is more than just a rumor. It's a glimpse into the aggressive, smart roster building we've all been hoping to see from the Bears. It's about making bold moves, investing in the future, and taking that next step towards Super Bowl glory. If the Bears can pull this off, it would be a statement that they're serious about contending now and for years to come. And with Winfield Jr. in the backfield, our chances of chasing that trophy go way up. It's an exciting time to be a Bears fan, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Do you think this move could be the one that finally elevates us into Super Bowl contention? Or do you believe we should hold off and focus on other areas? Either way, it's an exciting time, and I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Remember, we're all in this together, and the journey to another Super Bowl is just getting started. Bear down.